Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, April 4th, 2025. My name is Sam Shalhoub, and it's time for your daily dispatch. First up, yesterday, Zero Hedge had an article, and they said that they called it the Doge impact. The federal government layoffs dominated the biggest March job losses in 36 years. Yesterday, according to Bloomberg, Volvo's CEO said it will make more vehicles at its South Carolina factory after President Trump raised tariffs on imported autos. Looks like the moves that President Trump has been making are making more and more sense every day. And speaking of President Trump, yesterday he came out with a somewhat cryptic message. He truthed out the following: "The operation is over. The patient lived and is healing. The prognosis is that the patient will be far stronger, bigger, better, and more resilient than ever before. Make America great again." Now, there's speculation. Is he talking about the United States as a whole? Is he talking about the monetary system? Is he talking about the world? Well, I'd love to hear what you think about it. I have my own ideas, but let me know what you think in the comments. Yesterday, according to the Associated Press, Britain's charity regulator has opened an investigation into an African charity co-founded by Prince Harry, a week after the prince and the organization's board of trustees resigned amid a dispute with the charity's chairwoman. It looks like this reckoning is happening all over the world. Now, yesterday, President Trump was asked by a reporter. The reporter said, quote, "The markets today are way down because of the tariffs. So how's it going?" Well, President Trump's response, quote, "I think it's going very well. It was an operation, like when a patient gets operated on, and it's a big thing. I said this would exactly be the way it is." Brings a little more clarity to his previous statement, doesn't it? And as we all know, yesterday, over $2.8 trillion was wiped out from the U.S. stock market. We've talked a lot on this channel about the switch. Well, it looks like it's happening now. And then another reporter was speaking to President Trump about the economy, and President Trump's response was, quote, the markets are going to boom. The stock is going to boom. The country is going to boom. And the rest of the world wants to see, is there any way they can make a deal? I think it's going to be unbelievable." End quote. Now, there was actually a fourth boom in what the full-length speech that he gave, and I found that very interesting. 4 booms. And then yesterday, Dr. Mehmet Oz will serve as the next administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, after the full Senate voted along party lines to confirm his nomination on Thursday. And then early this morning, I received a message from the real Alex. Thank you, Alex, for that message. And that announcement was that Klaus Schwab has stepped down from the WEF. Interesting timing. And then finally today, President Trump was on Air Force One late yesterday, and he said, quote, "They found something today," talking about Doge. "They found something today that's horrible. You'll find out very soon. What they found is incredible." Now, what is he talking about? I don't know at this point. If you have some insight or if you have some opinions, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think, but I find that very, very interesting. So, that's all we have for today. Keep in mind that we will be doing a live broadcast this morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time on all platforms. Would love to have you join us. And in the meantime, I hope that you have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.